Interesting. Well, the, if you will, signature moment might have been Bean stepping in, or rather, Pegula stepping in to a
Yes.
question put to Bean about Keon Coleman. Sal, I mean, this to me was unbelievable. And when we talk about the press conference in terms of whether the Bills helped themselves at all, how did this particular move by Pegula help anyone? Start with whether it's Bean or Coleman or whoever else.
It's one of the storylines of the press conference, no doubt about it. Like if you had to rank, there's a lot of things you could put. Like what is the number one thing, that was said or the takeaway? And I think the Keon Coleman stuff is right up there, and that's unfortunate because who knew we were going to a press conference and coming out with a Keon Coleman,
I know,
storyline, right? I mean,
Right.
like that's not what this was supposed to be about. This is supposed to be about what happened with the head coach, why he was fired, and what you're doing moving forward, a new structure in the organization, who you're going to be hiring, all of that kind of stuff. And then as the kids like to say, Keon Coleman caught some strays, right? I mean, like that's what happened here, but it wasn't just a stray. It was like said out poignantly, right? Bam, Keon Coleman. And Terry Pegula said that Brandon Bean, what he said was the coaching staff pushed for Keon. That's what he said.
He wasn't Brandon Bean's
later,
next choice, right?
Correct. And later in a follow-up, by the way, I believe John Morrow had it from the AP, where Terry had said to them that, and either him or the AP in general, whatever, had said to him, that it wasn't necessarily Sean McDermott either. It wasn't specifically meaning Sean McDermott, just the coaching staff. So my big takeaway, and this is all part of it, right? Think what do you take away? Each person has something they bring away from the press conference that says this is what was important to them. I came away today thinking it was very, very important to the Bills to make sure we all knew as media and fans that Brandon Bean didn't just hand Sean McDermott a roster and say, go coach them, and he picks all the players and makes all the decisions and says, go coach. It was, I think, made clearly obvious intentionally that the Bills wanted everybody to know that Sean McDermott and his coaching staff had and have always had influence over the roster. It doesn't mean they're making the decision or Brandon Bean's making the decision, that it's a collective effort. Like there was a lot of talk about that today that I felt was intentional talk.